Astrophysicist Stephen Hawking gave us this dire warning in 2017. Humans must colonize another planet within the next 100 years or face extinction. Hawking's warning was based in part on threats from uncontrolled modern technologies, fossil fuels, nuclear technology, artificial intelligence, gene editing, and the Internet's social media. The problem with our technologies was eloquently stated by King Charles of Great Britain. He said, "There is no doubt that we live in an age of unprecedented and sometimes terrifying technological advances, where the speed of advance so often outstrips the necessary ethical considerations. The situation is like the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise, representing society and politics, is stuck in the 19th century. The hare, representing science and technology, races ahead with fossil fuels in the 19th century, nuclear and internet technologies in the 20th century, and gene editing and artificial intelligence in the 21st century. But the tortoise, representing society and politics, is stuck in the 19th century, unable to regulate these wonders to prevent their misuse. In 1971, John Lennon sang of a different world that he imagined. All the people live in life in peace. If we want John Lennon's imagined world rather than Stephen Hawking's extinction, we all need to gather together as the Earthling Tribe to control the technology threats to prevent their misuse. These are the technologies. The 19th century ushered in the modern age of fossil fuel technology. First with steam engine-powered ships, then electricity generation and automobiles. Today we are threatened with higher temperatures and more violent storms. The higher temperature is melting glaciers. If the Thwaites Glacier, called the Doomsday Glacier, melts, we could be looking at a global sea level rise of over 2 feet. If the ice shelf underneath it and other glaciers melt, we could be looking at more than 10 feet in sea level rise. Greta Thunberg said, "I don't want your awards. I don't want your praise. I want you to panic and act as if the house was on fire, because it is." The mid-20th century brought us the Manhattan Project and the deadly atomic and hydrogen bombs. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the developer of the atom bomb, said this after witnessing its first detonation: "Now I become death, the destroyer of worlds." The last half of the 20th century brought us the Internet and social media, with easy communication and access to the world's storehouse of information, with the touch of a finger. But it has also become the medium for spreading lies and conspiracy theories. The information system spreads and reproduces lies, like our body's respiratory system spreads and reproduces deadly viruses. The two wonderful and dangerous technologies of the 21st century are artificial intelligence and gene editing. My talking head and voice are produced with AI. Stephen Hawking warned that the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. Geoffrey Hinton, the Nobel Prize-winning godfather of AI, said, "It is hard to see how you can prevent the bad actors from using it for bad things." Modern genetic engineering created the vaccines for COVID-19 in record time. But CRISPR gene editing technology is so easy to use, hobbyists have used it to modify frogs, and human babies have been edited. Professor Jennifer Doudna, the Nobel Prize-winning developer of CRISPR gene editing technology, said, "The power to control our species' genetic future is awesome and terrifying. Deciding how to handle it may be the biggest challenge we have ever faced. Will we see designer babies, giant soldiers, and bioweapons? Modern man appeared on the scene 300,000 years ago. Will a new genetically created superspecies appear and eradicate humans? Will the new superspecies be eliminated by robots? Maybe the robots would do a better job of managing our precious planet. We need to come together as the Earthling Tribe to make Earth great again. Here are some of the things you can do. 1. Reduce your carbon footprint. Walk, ride a bike, carpool, turn off lights, switch to an electric vehicle, put solar panels on your house, and plant trees. 2. Be an activist. Join organizations that fight the threats. Attend rallies and town hall meetings. Speak out, help shape school curricula to spread awareness. Encourage your children and friends to make Earth great again. 3. Write letters to support legislation and action for global warming reduction, genetic engineering regulations, artificial intelligence regulations, social media controls, nuclear security, and fusion energy development. The clock is ticking. Please follow 100 Years to Extinction on Instagram. For information about the threats to human existence on Earth and on space colonization. More information can be found on our website, 100yearstoextinction.com.